Right, we're still in 9.4, and this is part 2. We're going to find the x and y intercepts of the following quadratic equations. So these are ordered pairs that have zeros for the x and y. So an x-intercept is when y is 0. But this is what we've been doing all along. We've been solving for the intercepts. So this isn't anything different. So I'm going to factor to solve. Two numbers that multiply to 4 that add to 4. Set equal to 0 and solve. So this one only has one x-intercept, and that'll be -2 and 0 for y. And the y-intercepts happen when x is 0. So all I have to do is plug in a 0 for the x's and solve for y. And you'll notice it happens at whatever c is. So 0 for x, 4 for y, and there will always only be one y-intercept where you could have 1, 2, or no x-intercepts. So again, my x-intercepts happen when y is 0, set equal to 0, factor to solve. I have a common factor of x. Set them equal to 0, x equals 0, and +5/3. So I do have two x-intercepts, and they are when y is 0. So 0 for x and 5/3 for x. My y-intercepts happen when x is 0. Oops, 0. So this is 0. I don't have a c, so it's going to be 0. So the origin is both the x and y intercept. So if I graphed this, you'll see the x and y intercept is 0. Here's the other x-intercept, and my parabola is opening up, and my vertex is down there. So let's start with the x-intercepts. We'll 0 for y, factor to solve for x, difference of squares. So x is +4 and -4. So those are my coordinates for my x-intercepts. My y-intercept happens when x is 0. So it will only be 1. And it will always be 0, whatever c is. If I graphed that quickly, you'll notice my x-intercepts are there. The rest doesn't even fit in the picture. So if I'm solving for my x-intercepts, there are no two numbers that multiply to 5 that add to 4. So I'm going to use the quadratic. I'm going to simplify this. So 16 minus 4 times 5 is 20. That is a negative number. That is not real. Can't take the square root of a negative. My y-intercept happens when x is 0. So 0, 5. And just so we can see this, if I graphed it, There are no x-intercepts. It never touches the x-axis. Here's my y-intercept. That's why this did not work out. Okay, so let's find the x-intercepts when y is 0. I'm going to use the quadratic to solve this. So -1 plus or minus over 4. Under here, 1 positive 1, that'll turn positive. 8 times 4. So -1 plus or minus 33 over 4. That's in simplest form. So if I write my intercepts, the 2 would be the positive and negative version, and my y-intercepts happen when x is 0, so it'll be -4, so 0, -4 is my y-intercept. And if I graph that, y-intercept, x-intercepts, pointing up.